Ladies and gentlemen, how is everyone doing today? We have a big fish today. We have a very big fish. We have the one and only Coach Dr. Larry Brooks in the house. He's in the house, guys. He is in the house. And listen, Coach Randy Brooks, I don't say this about a lot of people, but Coach Randy Brooks brings it. You know, they said a man is judged by his attention to detail. A man is judged by his attention to detail. And let me tell you about Coach Randy. When you listen to his voicemail is profound in and of itself. That says a lot about someone. Now, he's a professor, he's an author, he's an international consultant, he is an engineer, a chemical engineer. He studies philosophy. He is one of the most brilliant and most sought after thought leaders in America today. We have the plum pleasing pleasure and the privilege to have him. And he's gonna shed some knowledge on us. He's gonna drop some bombs on us, rhetorical bombs, I should say. And and this is gonna be a great time. Coach, doctor, professor, it's a pleasure to have you.
Brother Gibson, it is my pleasure to be with you. I count it an honor just to be in your presence, all the great things you've done, the people you've been with. Listen, I'm just a little country boy trying just to make it and just hanging on to your coattails, but that's just the tip of the iceberg, as it were, because great people know other great people. And sir, thank you for your accolades, but you, sir, doubly that, triple that. You've done what you say others are doing, and that's rare. That is indeed rare.
Well, I'm just like I said, I'm just grateful to know you, and I know that you have had an exciting, and excitable career. Um, I always like to start off with people's native stories. You know, I'm big into comics, so Spider-Man got bit and turned into Spider-Man, and Superman had all those family issues, and then he turned into Superman trying to solve the world's problems, and Batman had his whole Genesis story. What is your story? Where did it all start for you, Doc?
If you're ever familiar with a little place in Virginia, now I know you know it because it's world renowned. It's a place called Callao, Virginia. Callao. Now people look at it and they say, Calao? I say, oh no, that's not how you pronounce it. It's Callao. It's like you go to New Orleans and they say, no, it's New Orleans. So that's it. Started down in a place called Callao, Virginia, a little small country, agricultural fish town. The population of the entire high school or the graduating or the year I graduated was 172 people in the entire school.
Wow.
My graduating class was, I think, maybe about 40 to 45, 47 people, somewhere in there. So I grew up in a very rural area. My genesis started way back then. I'm glad you asked. There's a defining moment, I believe, in everyone's life. I grew up very quiet. I grew up very calm. As a matter of fact, I almost didn't grow up, Gibson. I'm premature. I was a 7-month baby. And my mom says that when I was born, I was 2 pounds and 3 ounces. Did not almost live. She carried me around for several months on a pillow because my bones hadn't formed yet.
Wow.
And as you can look in this video and see, I'm a little bit more than 2 pounds and 3 ounces now. Some days I wish to go back there, but I was quiet. I'm one of 5 kids. And with that, we learned how to maneuver, learned how to take instruction We learned how to be subservient to adults. And so I didn't say a lot. I didn't do a lot. So people who see me now or hear me now from my past, they go, you're not the same guy, because I didn't say a lot. Writing more than 10 or 15 or 20 words, that was a long essay for me.
Wow.
And now I've written 3 books and spoken around the world, and have met kings and queens, and I've met potentates and ambassadors, and I've met the common man as well. But I was on this football field playing football because I wanted to do something athletic. And I was not well liked with the football players. Do you know why?
Why?
I'm glad you asked me. Because I was smart. I made A's and B's. And so they called me a nerd. And then I was not liked with we call it the Beta Club. The Beta Club is all of those studious people who made A's and B's in school. And I was on that, and they didn't like me. Do you know why?
Why?
Because I was athletic. So I had to walk a very, very tight line. So even though I achieved a lot, my self-esteem, Brother Sylvester, was very, very low. And one day I'm out on the practice field with football, and the coach called a play, and I'm a middle linebacker, and they throw it out into what we call the flats. That's out by the safety behind me. And the guy catches the ball, and I'm thinking, no, you're not going to make a touchdown on us. And so we're practicing. So I turn around and I start sprinting, and I'm running as hard as I can. And I catch this guy on the 2-yard line, and I drop him. Now back then, this is the early 70s, 71. His cleats came up. They were metal cleats, not these little phony plastic things that they wear today. These were real cleats made of metal, spikes. And it came up and it hit me right in the chin and almost knocked me out. And for a second, I really didn't know where I was. So I finally got up, and I'm walking back to the huddle for the next play. And I'm really hurting a little bit, and I'm winded. And the coach looks at me and he says, "Brooks, you okay?" I say, "Yeah, coach, I'm good. I'm good." He said, "You want me to take you out?" I said, "No, sir. No, sir." He looks at the offensive team. He says, "You see that? Brooks is not the most talented player we have on this team." I'm thinking, if he's trying to compliment me, that's not too good. He said, "Brooks is not the strongest player on the team."